Hi, my name is Lyric, and today we are going to react to the NBA Iceberg Explained. Now, I was looking for NBA videos to watch, and I was trying to do more classic games, but I'm running into some copyright issues, so I'm sorry about if you wanted to watch those. But I'm gonna try to get those back up if there's enough demand for it. Yeah, I saw this video, the NBA Iceberg Explained. I'm a big fan of Iceberg videos. I think there are a lot of interesting topics. Talking about just a bunch of topics about a certain topic. Kind of I don't know, the weird way I phrase it there, but you know what I mean. Yeah, and this is the NBA one, so I'm going to be talking about, I'm guessing, several unknown NBA facts, maybe NBA conspiracy theories, which I think are pretty interesting. So let's get it. NBA Iceberg Explained. This is by, wait, hold up. This is by Dylan Does Basketball. So. This is great editing to start off. I'm hyped.
When I lose the sense of motivation and the sense to prove something as
suspension,
a player,
gambling suspension, conspiracy.
It's time for me to move away from the game of basketball.
This is great editing right here. NBA Iceberg Explained. Obviously, go show the original creator some love. Don't just watch my video.
The NBA has existed for what seems like forever now. Thousands and thousands of the greatest athletes in the world have come in and played out their careers. Millions of people look forward to watching new games every day. The playoffs is a spectacle like no other. The finals even more. With all of this positive attention does come a bit of controversy. And over the years, the NBA has been criticized by its fans for its interesting decisions at times. We'll be looking over the NBA conspiracy iceberg. Some of the best stories I could find on the internet put into one. The most well-known ones at the top to the lesser known / barely
blurred for
talked about
suspense
ones at the bottom. Without further ado,
alright, let's get it, baby. Oh, the veto trade right there.
It's time to dive into the NBA iceberg.
Let's go, baby.
At the top are the ones most of us would be familiar with. First, we have the Kardashian curse. This relates to NBA players dating a member of the Kardashian / Jenner family, and then, for whatever reason, not playing as good once that happens. Players
Ben Simmons.
like Tristan Thompson, Ben Simmons, Kyle Kuzma, Devin Booker have all been told they've received the Kardashian curse. And whether or not
Lamar Odom, hard.
It's a funny thing to think about. The next conspiracy is Michael Jordan's gambling suspension. Many believe Jordan
of course,
retiring the
famous one.
time in 1993
I don't believe this one. I don't think. The real reason I don't believe this one is that I don't see why David Stern would suspend Michael Jordan, even if he was doing the most heinous shit. I mean, it's the biggest star in the league. I feel like they would. I feel like it would make them way more money to have their superstar be a bad person, or doing some fucked up shit, than actually not having him in the league for 2 years. That's my opinion.
By NBA Commissioner David Stern, as the retirement didn't make much sense at the time. Jordan had just repeated. The punishment would be because of the constant negative attention that came with Jordan's gambling problems. How he had to testify in court because a drug dealer had a check he wrote. How
this is true. This is true, to be fair.
$900,000 from MJ.
Big time gambler.
It was a whole mess. The folded envelope might just be the most well-known conspiracy.
100% believe this one. This one's 100% true. They rigged it for the Knicks in the '85 lottery. There literally is a bend in the envelope.
To give the New York Knicks a superstar center in Patrick Ewing. If New York had him, the NBA would be printing money. The draft lottery was conducted using envelopes for each team that were then placed into a large plastic ball and spun before David Stern pulled out the winner.
This one's 100% true.
The Knicks was not only bent but frozen. This made it so David Stern could easily identify.
I don't think the frozen one's true, but it was 100% bent, bruh. It was 100% bent.
Denies the claims that it was ever rigged, but it's hard to deny what's
slimy Stern, baby, slimy Stern.
Video is suspicious. The final theory,
Rigged it,
at the
baby.
tippy top, which has definitely become more popular over the years.
Tampering.
Tampering is when teams or players from other teams
I don't see why this is against the rules. This is what everyone does now.
try to get players who are under contract to join them. Many accuse LeBron of this in the Anthony Davis saga, how Davis only wanted to go to the Lakers.
This is how every team operates nowadays, though. Like,
Durant,
really doesn't make sense, this rule. They should honestly just get rid of it. Because, like, every team does this now.
In the NBA a lot more than you think. It's just not being caught. Those were the top of the top, well-known conspiracies. Now, let's go a bit lower. Kicking things off, the 2006
Yes!
Finals is one that many
Rigged!
was rigged
Against the Mavericks! How dare you!
The strongest ever
Show more free throws on the whole Mavs team. He averaged 16 free throws a game.
who spent time in prison
Bullshit.
for gambling on games. He came
Fuck you,
out
Tim
and
Donaghy.
the NBA League
Oh my god, this
Office,
makes me so
which
mad,
made
bro.
the
Mavs could have
series
been
go
two-time
on.
champions, man.
They
Come on
did
now.
this by mandating the refs to be more efficient in calling fouls against Dallas and for Dwayne
Mark
Wade.
Cuban got like the
Mavericks
FBI on this shit.
2-0 series lead, but proceeded to
Look at
lose
Mark
the
Cuban.
next four.
Hey,
Many
Mavs
believe
represent, you
the
know.
difference in foul calls for both sides was the reason the Mavs lost. Others say Dwayne Wade simply destroyed the Mavericks' defense.
Hell
Next
no.
up is the 2011 draft lottery, where the Cleveland Cavaliers ended up getting the number
Yeah, we got our
one
revenge though,
pick.
2011 over the Heat, you know, so it's
The
alright.
number one pick was received in a trade from the Clippers earlier that season. One
Oh yeah,
that
it just
had
happened to be the team.
8% chance of even going number one.
They happened to
in the
trade their
first
pick,
place.
and then
Many believe the league
happens to be the team that just lost their superstar.
LeBron James had
Same thing with Anthony Davis when he left.
So,
They get
in
the
an
Zion to
attempt
pick up.
franchise, the
You know.
Cavs were given 2 top 5 picks. The Miami Heat and their fantastic Big Three that won 2 championships. is
Even the
story
Bulls got the number one overall pick. It's the year after Jordan left.
like
Though they didn't really work out for them. Let's look at the Elton Brand.
Yet many think that this idea was planned years ahead during the 2008
Oh, it definitely was. This didn't
goes
just
back
happen.
to my tampering point. It very well could be
This definitely didn't just happen. They obviously all wanted to be together.
Chris Bosh said he had their phone numbers years before the Olympics, and that James, Wade, and Bosh all signed 3-year rookie scale extensions instead of the 5-year max, opening up the idea of them all being 2010 free agents. It very
Right.
well could have been planned, and it probably was, and the plan obviously worked out well in the end. Following the Big
Yeah.
Three, the next conspiracy is the infamous
The veto.
CP3 trade to the Lakers.
Absolute bullshit.
Everyone remembers this.
Okay, it makes sense how they were allowed to do it because the NBA, the Hornets at the time, now Pelicans, didn't have an owner, so they were owned just by the NBA. So the David Stern, the commissioner of the NBA, could veto or unveto each, just decide what gets traded with the Hornets and stuff. But it really didn't make much sense because the trade was made by the owner, and then Stern vetoed it, and then traded him to the Clippers like a few days later for a lesser package. So it really is obvious that they just did this because they thought Kobe and CP3 would be too OP.
The Lakers and Hornets had a deal set up for a blockbuster trade involving superstar
Really wish you
point
could have
guard
seen this, man.
Chris Paul. This would be the help Kobe needs to bring another championship to LA.
Kobe might have not torn his Achilles if Chris Paul goes to the Lakers because he wouldn't be having to play 48 minutes a game in the end part of the season.
And David Stern wasn't a fan of this trade and vetoed it. His explanation was quote-unquote basketball reasons. This move is still heavily criticized as both teams had agreed to it, but David Stern didn't. Those
Right.
are all of the conspiracies above water. Now we get to the stuff that isn't talked about as much, that the casual fan wouldn't know. Now we go below water.
Here we
Let's
go.
start off with the Tracy McGrady, Grant Hill, and Tim Duncan Big Three that
Yeah.
was. Team
This didn't happen because Doc Rivers is a fucking idiot. He was the coach of the Magic at the time, and he was like, Tim Duncan was like, hey, if I wanted to go to the Magic, would I allowed to bring my family on the team plan? And he was like, no, for some reason. And then that made Tim Duncan decide, okay, I'm not going to be here. I'm going to stay in San Antonio. Dumbass decision, bro. You could have had the greatest power forward of all time. You couldn't make any compensations for him.
Mack and Grant Hill
With
were
Tracy
star
McGrady?
players who were hungry for a championship.
Granted, I don't think Tim Duncan would have been nearly successful on the Magic at the Spurs, but you know,
to complete the
still,
mighty Big Three. And according to
they would have been at
many,
least a championship. They would have at least
himself,
been a championship contender. Probably won at least
was
one.
already set in
They would have been
stone.
by far the best team in the
Duncan
East.
said verbally that he wanted to sign with the Magic, but for whatever reason, last second he changed his mind. Many believe this is because of Doc Rivers. At one of the free
Yeah.
agent meetings, Duncan Circle asked whether spouses were allowed on the team's plane. Head coach of the Magic, Doc Rivers, said no. And
Right.
because of this, Duncan went back to San Antonio. This is a theory that during the 2014 NBA Finals,
No, turn off the AC.
Spurs intentionally turned off the air conditioning in the arena in Game
Oh, this
1.
is funny.
The motive was to throw off the Heat players, more specifically
LeBron, yeah, LeBron, because they knew he was prone to cramping.
to the rim and finished
And the
with
Spurs
top
players were
five.
many room
Yes,
European when they didn't have fucking much AC in the damn European league.
LeBron broke out
So they
in
were
the
used to
games
it.
and was unable to play the rest of the game. This completely destroyed any momentum the Heat had, and they got blown out by San Antonio in the final few minutes, as well as the whole series. Is it possible the Spurs
That's
intentionally
10,000
gave
IQ right there. I don't care what
more
anyone says,
because
man.
this, thus
10,000
giving them
IQ.
the momentum needed to win it all? Who knows? Following that, the next one is revolving around Marcus and Markieff Morris, two NBA players.
Yes, they
that are
switch spots.
Who look exactly alike, with the exact same tattoos. Because of this, many
One of them's just a lot
believe
better.
they've switched
Well, not
places
anymore.
multiple
Marcus Morris
times
kinda
in the
sucks now,
past,
too, but-
whether it's during school for tests or NBA games. This is most supported when, in the 2017 playoffs, Markieff Morris had an ankle injury in Game 1, but surprisingly came back in Game 2
And plays it
looking healthier
way better.
than normal. Could this be an amazing recovery, or did Marcus Morris take matters into his own
Nah,
hands?
baby.
Those conspiracies
The
were
switch up.
fictional, but
I
think
really
it's
hope that
time
theory
to
is true.
sink
That'd be so
a bit
funny.
lower into the depths of the water. Tanking is a complicated subject, and a huge problem that the NBA is desperately trying to fix. It's a
Yeah.
popular opinion that the
They're not
NBA
fixing
has
it,
been
though.
exposed with this concept.
Because there's no point of being mid in the NBA. There's no point of being mid. If you're not a championship contender, you want to lose as many games as possible.
Simply intentionally tank for a bit.
You don't want to be mid.
Games on purpose, and then
Ain't no one trying to be the current Chicago Bulls,
be
okay?
a contender in a matter of a few years. The Sixers are the best example of this. They've intentionally built
Like, I would rather be the fucking,
stockpiled assets,
Spurs
and
right now
they're
than the
number one
Bulls.
seed, with one
'Cause
of
at
the
least they
best
got
players in the
draft
world
picks.
in Joel
Got Victor.
Embiid leading them. Intentional tanking may be well known, but what
The
about
process has not worked out, though. The process has not worked out.
stealth tanking is when a team
Process been going on for like what, 10 years now? Hasn't led to one Eastern Conference final.
tends to be contending
The Kings have made the conference finals more recently than the damn Sixers.
but is actively tanking at the same time.
Damn, that was a good dunk.
Many have accused teams like the Sacramento Kings, Chicago Bulls, and Minnesota Timberwolves of such acts, trying to contend and make it to the playoffs, but always ending up with a high pick. Why do the Sixers get constantly criticized for their tanking?
'Cause they were so open about it.
Timberwolves are never mentioned. The next
Because they were so
one,
open about it. They made a whole catchphrase about it.
ask herself,
Trust the process.
is my team stealth tanking? The next theory has to do with Markelle Fultz. Not just one thing, but everything. There's just so many
Yeah, his
questions
mysterious
about this
injury.
dude, from
No one knows
how
what
he got
happened.
injured to if he
That
got
free throw,
injured
man.
in the
What
first
is that?
place. Upon arriving
He's
in the
doing
NBA
well,
and
better now,
playing
though.
his first games, he had absolutely no jump shots. 4 years later, he still can't shoot. If this is an injury, then how has
His college highlights were nuts, though. Bro was a shooter.
healed yet? If this is all mental, then how has
Yeah,
he
I don't know.
remembered to shoot properly yet? Was it a motorcycle accident that nobody
I don't
knows
know.
about that caused this? Will we ever even know?
They
the
need like a.
answer to these
I want to see like an
questions?
interview with
It's
him where
just
he
so
like explains, hey, what the fuck's happening
Whenever
here?
I hear about him playing well in Orlando, I always look to find the highlights, and in
It's
them,
it's never a three.
no three-pointers.
Right, he's not a three-point
It's
shooter
as
at all.
if we've just accepted the
Even though he's
fact
pretty
that
good.
Someone who shot 40% from 3 in college is now going to be a below-average shooter for the rest of his career.
Look at that,
It's
man.
haunting, and it makes
You'll
no
never see that in the
sense.
NBA, him doing
The
that.
last theory before
No,
we
I don't
go
understand it.
deeper is Thonmaker and his true age. This
Oh,
was
yeah.
a huge controversy during the 2016 draft, where he was selected with the 10th pick. At the time, the consensus was that he was 19, but
He was
Reddit
older.
dove deep into the situation, believing that he graduated
Oh
high
shit.
school in 2010.
There's also a theory that like Manute Bol was a lot older than he said he was, because I'm pretty sure they found him in Sudan and he just didn't know his birthday. So they just made up a birthday for him by just assuming how old he was. So he must. I think there's a theory that he could have been like way older.
Stating that he could be as old as 23. Such strong evidence shocked the NBA world, and it became a running joke that we had no idea how old Maker was. Yet, as his career faded into mediocrity, people
no one cared.
Carrying less and less.
Wasn't good anyway.
People says he's 24, so who really knows? Going down further into the deep waters leads us to our next theory. Is Jimmy Butler Michael Jordan's son?
Damn right he is. Damn right he is. Nah, he's not. After that, after some bad, he wasn't great in the last finals, man. He's not Michael Jordan's son.
True. Jordan and Jimmy do look similar, and Butler seems
yeah, baby.
to have that killer mindset MJ once possessed. Whenever you Google
Jordan mentality.
Jimmy Butler's father, nothing but Michael Jordan stuff comes
well, yeah, because we don't know his actual dad, so it's just Michael Jordan.
Records for who Butler's father actually is. Not
right.
to mention, this photo is very, very interesting. They're also similar in height. Jordan is listed as 6'6".
Butler is 6'7".
Jimmy is 6'7". I don't think we'll ever have an answer to this one, but if it was answered and Michael Jordan was somehow Butler's father,
that would be insane.
It would be the most crazy NBA story we've ever seen. Next
that would be so nuts. Imagine. 100% rigged. This is the most obviously rigged series of all time. Elbowed him in the face and got fouled.
To try and get the big market Lakers to their third straight NBA Finals. The Kings believed they were a championship team. They had the roster to back it
The
up,
Kings breathed on the Lakers. They got a foul, bro.
Jumping to a 3-2 series lead.
Kings should have been the NBA champions, baby. Chris Webber Finals MVP. Would have been amazing.
Free throws compared to the Kings 25 and 27 in the fourth quarter.
27 free throws in the fourth quarter.
For this, when if anything, Robert Horry deserved the call because he was wrapping his arm around Divac. Nonetheless, Divac was fouled out of the game. Shaq then
absolutely ridiculous.
Lawrence Funderburk, and instead of this being called a flagrant foul as you'd expect, it was just a normal.
That's 100% a flagrant foul. He's not going for. He's barely going for the ball. Look at this. This is the cleanest block I've ever seen, and it was a foul. Cleanest block I've ever seen. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
This game was rigged.
Literally elbowed him in the head.
Was horrible, and the Lakers ended up winning Game 7 to advance to the NBA Finals and win their third straight ring. One that I never see talked about is how Paul George almost surely wanted to go and sign with the Lakers. All signs pointed to it, yet in a shocking turn of events, he re-signed with the Thunder. This theory states that George actually had full intentions of signing with the Lakers, but he was forbidden from signing due to tampering fines that had been handed out to Magic Johnson previously that season. PG didn't even take a meeting with the Lakers, which is incredibly weird. Not to mention, he requested a trade
to the Clippers the next year.
LA team, the Clippers, just a year later. Going somehow even lower,
I didn't know about that one.
Come across one that I genuinely believe in. That the 2019 draft lottery was rigged in LeBron and the Lakers' favor. In order to
the Lakers' favor,
more of an incentive to trade Anthony Davis to the Lakers,
they gave the Lakers a higher pick.
The Pelicans, a new franchise player in Zion Williamson, and
okay.
Pick to a small market Grizzlies team, not to set off any alarms. They also gave the Lakers the fourth pick, despite them only having a 9.4% chance of even landing in the top 4.
Yeah, that was perfect circumstances for an Anthony Davis trade. Perfect circumstances for an AD trade.
Whether or not you believe it was rigged, you have to admit that the Lakers did get suspiciously lucky that night. Kobe Bean Bryant is one of the greatest players to ever lace up his shoes, and the way his career evolved was nothing short of a fairy tale. But
amazing.
What if I told you that Ray Allen predicted Kobe's career after Shaq was traded in 2004? The Lakers had just traded Shaq to the Heat to make Kobe the undoubted #1 superstar. The Seattle press questioned Ray Allen about this, and Ray said this. He's going to be very selfish, and he feels like he needs to show this league and the people in this country that he is better without Shaq.
Yeah.
So offensively, he's going to jump out and say, I can average 30 points. I can still carry the load on this team. This was correct.
Exactly what
Kobe
happened.
scored again without Shaq, but the Lakers never won any chips as a result for the first few years.
Yeah, until
Then
Pau Gasol
Allen
came.
said if Kobe doesn't see he needs 2.5 good players to be a legitimate playoff contender or win a championship, in about a year or two, he'll be calling out to Jerry Buss for a trade, and we'll all be saying, "I told you so," when he says that.
Goddamn.
Kobe ended up doing just
Guy's a
that.
prophet.
3 years after Shaq left, in 2007, Bryant requested a trade. No trade ever occurred, though. The Lakers instead got Kobe some help, and two championships followed. LeBron James entered the playoffs for the first time in his career in 2006, and Game 3 was excellent, including this tough
He traveled.
finish over multiple Wizards defenders.
He traveled on the game
to
winner.
seal the deal.
Yeah.
Only one issue. This was a travel. The
Right.
Cavs ended up winning the series, and this had a big effect on how things turned out. Had it been called a travel, who knows how the rest of the series would have gone and how far the Wizards would have went in the playoffs. These theories make me question everything. So without any hesitation, let's move down to the deepest parts of the waters.
Oh boys, here we go.
The ocean, the final conspiracies. Do you remember when the Celtics pulled off the Kevin Garnett trade? The Celtics, despite giving up so much, absolutely fleeced the Timberwolves with this.
For Al Jefferson.
Championship as a result.
Al Jefferson.
In charge of the trade on Minnesota's end?
Kevin McHale. Yeah. He 100% wanted them. He was 100% rigging it to the. He goes to the Celtics, man. Of course, Kevin McHale's not gonna send Kevin Garnett to the Lakers. It's Kevin McHale. Of course, he's gonna give him to the Celtics.
On purpose, because McHale still bled green. That also explains the incredibly weak return in retrospect. Did McHale want to pay his respect to the Celtics by trading a superstar in his prime for nothing of real value? Or was it just a usual bad trade? The Timberwolves couldn't capitalize on the draft capital.
McHale, bro. Obviously, he's gonna get him to the Celtics.
They didn't end up with anything valuable in the long run. The Celtics got a championship. You be the judge. The 2001 Eastern Conference Finals featured the exciting Sixers.
Oh yeah, rigged against the Bucks.
Led by Ray Allen.
They were trying to get the MVP in the finals.
Conference Finals. Yet one that isn't talked about nearly as much is this series here in 2001. For starters, Dikembe Mutombo averaged 3 fouls per game in the regular season. He also had 6 fouls in Game 1 of the NBA Finals of that year. Okay, so why is this relevant? Well, in the series, he had 6 fouls total. There was also incredibly questionable officiating.
Goddamn.
Wins in games 1 and 4.
And that's a 7-game series as well.
Lane violation and 2 egregious no calls. The free throw difference was big as well. The Sixers shot 186 to the Bucks 120. The Bucks also got 12 technicals to the Sixers 3 and 5 flagrant fouls to the Sixers 0. Glenn Robinson, Milwaukee's top 2 scorers, didn't even attempt a free throw until Game 5.
Goddamn. That's actually
foul,
insane.
But wasn't suspended until before Game 7, most likely destroying the Bucks' offensive plans that had been set up. The motive was that the league didn't want the small market Bucks to face off against the Lakers. Instead,
they wanted the MVP versus the champions.
To watch. Like I said, this series isn't talked about that much compared to others, but it's very fishy looking back at it. Our final conspiracy theory at the bottom of the iceberg revolves around Michael Jordan and the Charlotte Hornets. MJ bought the Hornets in 2006 and became an owner in March.
Oh my God, Miles Bridges.
Since that point, the team
absolutely insane.
hasn't done well. 0 championships. In fact, they haven't made it to the second round once.
Yeah, they suck.
He's obviously not very good at his job, and the Hornets haven't gone anywhere.
He's not no longer the majority owner anymore. He sold it
To be a complete
at a huge profit.
monster. He always wants to be the best at whatever he does. So he very well could have bought the Hornets to mess with the legacy of his closest
LeBron.
for the GOAT spot, LeBron James.
It's been moving players to start shot LeBron. Imagine.
Actually plan to win in Charlotte, but move players around and try any way possible to prevent LeBron from catching his throne. It sounds wacky at first.
Imagine.
This is Michael Jordan, a man who cheated on a harmless card game with an old woman. A guy who
Michael
handled
Jordan's
over
ridiculous
rich
levels of
players'
competitive.
baggage with
Sometimes way
a
too much
teddy
and just
bear.
things that don't matter.
This man will do anything to be a winner, so this very well could be another example of his competitive spirit. That
Dude, imagine.
recaps
That'd be
the
so
Iceberg,
funny.
from the well-known ones at the top to the ones you may
All
not
right.
have thought about at the bottom. For some, you may have disagreed.
Alright, so that was the NBA Iceberg Explained. Fantastic video. Please go watch Dylan Does Basketball's original video right here. I'll link it in the description. And, yeah, which NBA conspiracy theories do you believe? Which ones do you not believe? And explain why. And, yeah. Bye.